Fear on the High Seas. A serialized gay romance taking place on the Caribbean cruise liner, the Majestic Coral. Sail with me as I bring everyone a Caribbean adventure with romance, humor, and possible destruction. Penned by Ryland Mason, narrated by me, Brian Shepard.
Bonus chapter. 3 weeks had passed since the incident on board the Coral. Justin, Chance, and Eric were all flown back to Miami. Eric's mom picking them up at the airport and then back to Fort Lauderdale. Everything was now over, and they could now move on with their lives. No more interviews, no more questioning. Done. Most of the ride home was Eric's mother telling him how she had learned of what had happened while getting her hair done over at Patty's. She couldn't believe what she was seeing and how worried she became, forgetting the fact that there were 2 others in the back. After reassurances from him that everything was fine, that's when her attention turned to Justin and Chance. "Boy, I'm so glad everyone made it off safely. Eric tells me you 2 are friends and were passengers?" "Yes, ma'am, your son saved our lives," Chance speaking up first. "Sorry, Mom, this is Chance, Justin's friend, which you already know. And this is, oh God, what do I say? My love interest, my soon-to-be boyfriend, Justin, my boyfriend?" Looking at Justin with a, "is this where we're at?" kind of look, which had Justin smiling. Mom was the one who was looking confused, and she would look back at the road and then back at Eric. And then the road again, and then back at Eric. "Anyways, I'm Penny. Nice to meet you both. So I have a feeling there's an interesting story, which I'm just dying to hear. And don't leave anything out, Eric, or I'm sure Justin would tell it right." Eric, now grinning at his mother, began with, "Once upon a time," while trying not to laugh, as his mother just smacked him in the arm. "Very funny. Justin, I hope you know you have a wise guy on your hands," which had Justin and Chance laughing. Eric was able to entertain his mother and spill the information about how the boyfriend thing happened, along with the series of questions she had for Justin. It was not until reaching the house that they learned that Justin only lived 2 blocks away. "Wait, you live near the beach, you walk to work, and you've passed by my window every day? Wow, I guess I needed to get out more then," Eric said as he helped with the bags from the trunk. "I told you to get off my couch," Penny said, laughing as they made their way inside. Chance finally said his goodbyes and made his way home. It was decided Eric would stay at Justin's. After more interrogation from Penny, all Justin wanted to do was to curl up in bed with Eric and sleep. Eric could not agree more. After the events, work had informed Justin and Chance that their vacation time had started over. John felt terrible about what happened and was very happy to see both had made it home safely. Another 2 weeks? What would they do with all that time? Majestic Cruises also made a new contract with Eric and would start upon his return. The company made sure that he was compensated, even though the cruise was never completed. As Eric and Justin walked the 2 blocks hand in hand, a conversation was flowing between the 2. More last-minute questions and answers to fill in the time. Justin, looking down at his watch, 7:30. The cafe closes at 8. He would love a latte right about now. The hotel only had coffee. "If you don't mind, I'm going to quickly stop in for a latte," he said, as he pointed to the cafe sign out front. Today's special was the Romulan Ale, in salute to the new Star Trek show, Strange New Worlds. Cool, Eric thought. Sci-fi. "I love Star Trek, so I think I'm going to get one of those. Interested? My treat," Eric said as they entered the cafe. And what do you know? But Mr. I love your beautiful hair barista was working. Well, this should be good, Justin thought, as the barista stepped up to the register. Hey, long time no see, beautiful. What can I make you tonight? He asked with a smile on his face. A smile Eric knew as in, this guy thinks he has a chance. Maybe I'm invisible and he doesn't see me standing right here. Time to fix this. Hi, Eric began, then looking down at his name badge, which said, Hi, my name is Kyle, and underneath said he was the assistant manager. My boyfriend and I would like to try the special, the Romulan ale, right, babe? Eric said as he put his hand in the midsection of Justin's back, while also giving him a gentle kiss on the side of his cheek, arm now around his waist, as Kyle just looked as if Eric just popped whatever fantasy bubble this guy had as he walked over to start the drinks, shoulder slumped, looking a bit distraught. Justin just giving the side look like, I'm on to you, bunny, which had Eric just smiling away. He won. After Eric paid for the drinks and poor Kyle, locking up behind him as they walked out, didn't even say goodnight. Maybe it was something someone said. Anyways, I know what you did back there, Justin said as he slid his hand into Eric's as they proceeded down the street. I have no idea what you're talking about. Can I treat my new boyfriend to a nice latte? Which is really good, by the way, he said, trying to change the subject. Yes, but really, Eric, you kind of went all, my boyfriend and I, all manly. Justin laughed as he said it. But nothing. I was just showing some love, babe. That's all, Eric said with a smile. Justin just smiled back and continued walking until they reached his building. Fishing for his keys, they both entered the lobby before taking the stairs to Justin's floor. Unlocking the door and stepping in, Justin came back to nothing once again. Not really, as Eric walked past him, looking around, until he saw the view of the ocean, the sun just setting beyond, with its bright orange clouds. You have a beautiful view. I'd love to wake up to the sunrises and relax and watch the sunset, he said, as then he moved around to look at various pictures on the wall, the DVD collection Justin had. Ordering Chinese and logging into his Paramount account to start some new Trek episodes. Now that it was almost midnight and they were both now caught up with the new shows, it was time to finally make it to the bedroom. Not to Eric's surprise, it seems Justin fell asleep, not sure how many episodes ago, as his eyes were closed, as Eric looked down to see him comfy with his head in Eric's lap. He's even beautiful when he sleeps, he thought to himself as he smiled and covered up his legs. Soon Eric, too, would fall asleep, which he hated. Why? Well, divine. It's who Eric saw in his mind, killing and blowing the ship up. And in this nightmare, no one rescues him. The watertight door never opened. Yet when Eric finally fell asleep, he fell asleep. No divine tormenting him and Justin. No flooding deck with no escape. Just safe and warm. Good feelings. After waking up together on the couch, Justin moved first, followed by the yawning and stretching of Eric. Both had a plane to catch for their first official vacation together to Ireland. It's something they both discussed, along with Chance's 2 cents. They both wanted to go, and both said it was their destination. Breakfast would have to wait, as a shower was first and then out the door. Bags were already packed. Justin showered first, along with Eric, as he asked if he could join, saying something about saving the planet and water, and it just makes more sense to shower together. I'm sure I'll fit. With pleading eyes, Justin just grinned and said yes. Now that they were off and arriving at the airport, it was time to check in and get to the gate. Going through security took forever, as someone brought something they should not have. A lighter. 20 minutes later, the line was moving again. Now, through security, they could stop for some coffee and something to eat while they waited another 45 minutes for their flight. After finding a seat next to each other, it was coffee and coffee cake time. Enjoying the plane's landing and taking off was cool to watch. That is until you're interrupted by someone being loud. "Holy cow! What are the odds? Eric!" Both turning to see what the commotion was, Justin saw a man that resembled Josh Gates. You know, from the Expedition show, hat and all. However, looks were completely different. Dark hair, tall, athletic build, very handsome. Not as handsome as Eric, though, he thought. "Eric? Eric! That is you! Jack, what are you doing here? Wow, it's been years, man. How are you?" "It has been some time, at least 3. I'm off to Dublin on a research project the professor has me doing." "Hold up." "Jack Jameson, and who might you be, beautiful?" "He can't be with you. You don't do relationships, as you're always bouncing from port to port." "Whoa, you're not on a ship. What's going on here?" Jack looked confused as Eric and Justin looked at each other and smiled. "Go ahead, babe. You tell the story. You're better at it," Eric said, which had Jack going bonkers, as this was not happening to his friend. So, for the remainder of the wait till boarding, Justin filled Jack in on the story. Now up to speed on the situation, Jack was full of questions. Good thing they were going on the same plane. "I'm sorry, but what does this project entail exactly?" Justin asked, curious about the Indiana Jones outfit. "I'm an archaeologist who is trying to find the crown of the ancient Amazon people, the Yamo people. The Queen's crown is worth $380 million. It's made of gold with nothing but diamonds, as they were plenty in that area." "Sounds fascinating. Boy, you're just like Josh Gates," Justin said, wide-eyed, just thinking of the adventures he must have. That thought was broken, as it was now time to board and enjoy themselves in Ireland. Jack, well, that story is next. Thanks for listening to the bonus chapter. So obviously, the next book is all about Jack Jameson. So I can't wait for you guys to start listening to that series. And don't forget, if you like Fear on the High Seas, you can now have your own copy, physical copy or e-copy, right on Amazon. Check it out. Excuse me. Have a good one, everyone, and you'll be listening pretty soon.